Hello class 10C. In our last class, we have discussed about these topics, acid definition and examples. Then we discussed about ionization of acids. That means how the acids when dissolved in water will go into ionization to form hydronium ion. And after that we have seen the classification of acids, organic acids and inorganic acids, then oxyacids and hydroacids, and finally strong and weak acids. Now these are the topics. Now today we are going to discuss about what is basicity of an acid. It's a very important topic to understand. It is defined as the number of hydronium ions produced by ionization of one molecule of the acid in aqueous solution. So we can say that basicity of an acid is the number of hydronium ion produced by ionization of one molecule of the acid in aqueous solution, or it can also be defined as the number of replaceable hydrogen atom present in one molecule of the acid. So, or it can be defined as the number of H ion produced. Say for example HCl, one replaceable hydrogen atom. HCl reacts with water to form hydronium ion and HCl minus ion. So from this there is one hydrogen ion that has been replaced. So if one H plus is produced, then we call it as monobasic acid. Similarly, H2SO4 has two replaceable hydrogen atom. When it dissolves in water, it will undergo this kind of reaction where there is a formation of two hydronium ion and sulfate, and because of the production of two hydronium ion, it is known as dibasic acid. Now, on the basis of basicity, acids has been classified into these three types: monobasic acid, dibasic acid, and tribasic acid. Monobasic acid is it produces one hydronium ion per molecule of the acid on ionization in water, for example hydrochloric acid. Whereas dibasic acid, it produces two hydronium ion per molecule of the acid on ionization in water, for example sulfuric acid H2SO4. Next is tribasic acid. It produces three hydronium ions per molecule of the acid on ionization in water, for example phosphoric acid. So these are the different classifications of basicity of an acid: monobasic, dibasic, and tribasic. So it's very simple. Monobasic, one hydronium ion per molecule of the acid is produced on ionization of water, whereas dibasic is two hydronium ion and tribasic is three hydronium ion. Next, ionization of acid. So we have taken one example. This is acetic acid reacts with water to form hydronium ion and acetate ion. Now in this, what you want to prove is, in this if you find the number of hydrogen atom, it's 4. So accordingly its basicity should be 4, but it's only 1. The reason is that acetic acid contains 4 hydrogen atoms in its molecule, but it is a monobasic acid because its molecule ionization by liberating only one hydronium ion. The hydrogen atom connected with oxygen atom is only replaceable. H atoms directly bonded to carbon are not replaceable. So in this case, in this acetic acid, what will happen? Although we have got 4 hydrogen atom, only this hydrogen will be replaced and form hydronium ion because it is attached to oxygen, and whereas this hydrogen is attached to carbon, so it's not possible and it's not replaceable. Okay. Now the example of dibasic and tribasic, we have taken dibasic acid as H3PO3. In H3PO3, what will happen? If you can see that 2 hydrogen atoms are combined with the oxygen atom, so they can be replaced. So because of that, it will be a dibasic acid. Whereas in phosphoric acid, tribasic acid, H3PO4. Okay, this phosphorus acid, this is phosphoric acid, H3PO4. In H3PO4, we have got 3 OH group. We have got 3 OH group, and it has 3 replaceable hydrogen atom. Now these 3 hydrogen atoms attached to oxygen atoms are replaceable. They are replaceable. Hydrogen atoms directly bonded to phosphorus are not replaceable. No. So in this case we can find that we have got 3 hydrogen atoms which can be replaced. So because of that, it is tribasic acid. Now we'll try to understand the stepwise ionization of dibasic acid. That means how that 2 hydronium ion is formed. So in the first case we have taken sulfuric acid and NaOH. As we know that sulfuric acid and NaOH, the first one hydrogen will be replaced, that means by sodium, so it will form NaHSO4, sodium hydrogen sulfate and water. Again, if you take two molecules of this, then these two hydrogen will be replaced, that will form sodium sulfate and water. Okay. So stepwise ionization of sulfuric acid gives one acid salt and one normal salt. This is acid salt. Acid salt means which is incomplete neutralization, whereas this is a normal salt is a complete neutralization. Similarly, for tribasic acid, we have taken phosphoric acid. So phosphoric acid, first it will liberate one hydrogen ion, giving one hydrogen, and then after that it will lose the second one and the last third one. So because of these three hydrogen ion produced, it is a tribasic acid. Fine. Similarly, in this case also we have seen that with the reactions of NaOH. If you take one NaOH, it will replace only one hydrogen atom. If you take two hydrogen atom, and if you take three, all three hydrogen atom will be substituted. Next, concentration of an acid. What does concentration of an acid means? Although this I think I have discussed in our last physical class. Once again, concentration of an acid means the amount of acid present in a definite amount of its aqueous solution. So the amount of acid present in the definite amount of the aqueous solution, we call it as concentration of an acid. An acid which contains a very small amount of water or no water is called concentric acid. So in concentric acid, the percentage of water is more than water, or it's no water. Whereas dilute acid means where we have got water content more than the acid, that will be dilute acid. Right. Now, preparation of dilute acid. So from concentrated, how we can prepare dilute acid, and it's very important to know. In order to dilute an acid, pour acid into water in small amounts and stir constantly. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to pour acid constantly into water in a small amount, not to very large extent at one time. In a small amount, slowly, and stir it constantly. Now, remember that water is not added to acid. Acid is added to water, as it is an exothermic reaction process, and in this process so much heat is produced that splashing of acidic solution may occur. Also, the container may break, which can be fatal to the person. So this is very important. No precautions that we need to take when diluting the acid. Water is never added to acid. Since it is exothermic process, heat is produced, and that will cause splashing of acidic solutions, or if you are preparing there and if you are nearby, then it might be split up to your face and all. So you need to be very careful. Okay, fine. Now today's assignment number 2, define basicity of an acid. Question number 2, define the following terms with one example: monobasic acid, divisic acid, and tribasic acid. And question number 3, we have got explain why acetic acid is a monobasic acid although it contains 4 hydrogen. I have explained there. Question number 4, explain the stepwise ionization of sulfuric acid and phosphoric acid. And lastly, water is not added to an acid while preparing dilute acid. Explain the statement. So come to this assignment and send it in my